Hello, my lovely collective. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Collective, we have the Warrior and the Hunter, Agape and the Stone, the Womb and the Vision. Well, I mean, because Agape is the idea of self-awareness, right? Alignment, knowing yourself, knowing what you're capable of taking on, knowing what you're capable of not taking on, knowing, like who you are, because the world will tell you who you are any chance it gets. It will create a narrative around you at every opportunity. And the sad fact of the matter is that like 9 times out of 10, that narrative is really negative. You know what I mean? And I think that, like that can be really triggering. And when you feel really triggered because people who don't know act like they know, you know what I mean? You're like, no, you're not going to pull me in that direction. I had a collective read, God, I want to say like back in November or December, but it was just this idea of like taking your energy back, like you don't get to have my energy. 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 You know what I mean? Whether that was with shit employees, shit friends, shit whatever. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like people who were, I think, like pulling you in all these directions that you knew good and goddamn well were not your directions. You know what I mean? But I think tired of feeling like you were constantly being pulled in all these directions and literally like it's like somebody arguing with you that your eyes are blue and you're like, very clearly my eyes are brown. You know what I mean? I've seen myself enough now that I'm very aware of the fact that my eyes are brown. You know what I mean? Like stop trying to tell me that my eyes are blue or that like they shift to green or they go to whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's how absurd it is when people try to put things on you that don't no. The womb and the vision. I mean, when you have something in mind that you're like, no, I know this, like my entire being knows this, and people want to talk you out of it, like you will fight. You know what I mean? Like you will stand up for it, especially when you know what it is that like you're creating, what it is that your vision is for your life. I mean, the vision is like big vision, you know what I mean? Like big scale vision. And I know a lot of us are big picture people, you know what I mean? But I feel like you can be a big picture person and know that like people are going to try and slip shit in that like that's going to fuck with your shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bitch, get all the way the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to fuck up my shit. And the hunter, I mean, the hunter is the idea. Well, I guess the whole point of the conversation would be because there's somebody who wants to like take action towards you, or maybe there's something that you want to take action to, but there's something about it that is a little bit triggering. I feel like it's triggering because there's been a lot of isolation, a lot of having to turn around and walk away because well, I mean, anybody who's ever existed in like a clique, you know what I mean? And cliques are everywhere. And I think having like a group of friends is fucking phenomenal and beautiful, and I love it. And I'm so thankful for like my groups of friends, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like when you exist in groups of people though, like there can be groups of friends who like they want to paint a picture of you that like it drags you down. Like they want to take you down a notch. Ooh, that's some rough energy, especially when it's somebody who you care about and you recognize the fact that they want to take you down a notch. You know what I mean? Like that's triggering. And I feel like it causes you to pull away. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be in that type of energy. You don't want to be in that type of environment. You don't want to be around groups of people who will gang up on you because it's convenient for them. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to have anything to do with any of it because it's not safe, and you can't create in a safe environment. You know, like, it's pretty simple, right? And yet it takes a lot of strength to really bring yourself back to life. To walk away from, you know, people, places, situations that you love. You know, like, you've had people who've been in your life for 10, 15, 20 years. And it's like, wow, you just tried to, like, you didn't just try to, like, take me down a peg. You tried to, like, full on sweep my legs out from underneath me and send me down the river. You know? And there's a lot of recovery involved in that. And when you recover from it, you just don't. You just don't with people who trigger you. You just don't with people who want to take you down a notch. You just don't with people who want to, like, oh, you can talk, if you can talk about me, then you can talk to me. And if you can't talk to me, but you feel like comfortable talking about me, then you're never going to talk to me. You know what I mean? You know, like, and that's a pretty firm boundary that I hold, you know, and I feel like it's a firm boundary that you guys are, you know, like, that's a collective energy, right? Like, we've been going through this purge, this final purge, Pluto and Capricorn. We've had the eclipses. We've had all of this energy that's just been like enough is enough already. Make it stop. You know what I mean? And like, being like, okay, no, this is going to stop. You know, like, if I'm going to move forward in something, I'm going to move forward in it because I know that this is going to be a safe environment. Not one where I'm like, well, maybe if I'm lucky, it'll work. You know what? Like, no. You know? And that's not to say that that's what anybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Because I feel like whatever decision you're making, and maybe you're somebody who's creating that safe space. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you're like, you know what? Like, you need some safe space right now. And I'm going to hold that for you while you figure your shit out, because people can't figure their shit out if nobody ever holds space for them. Right? And so, you know, like, for the people who are holding space while others figure their shit out, that's beautiful. That's not the energy that I'm picking up on right now, but it is an energy that is like, that reads through this, you know, of just, there are things to take care of. There are opportunities that are presenting themselves to you that are enabling you to really, I think, take care of the things that you haven't been able to take care of. I think invest in the things you haven't been able to invest in. I think surround yourself with people who you haven't been able to surround yourself with, you know? Let's do clarifiers. Oops. Okay, collective. Sorry, we got cards everywhere. The Two of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, Temperance, the Ten of Wands, and the Fairy Stallion. Well, I mean, again, like, whatever these triggers were for you, I just kind of feel like this, like, clearing out of the space. Like these are things that are not okay. And maybe it's just one of those things where it's like, you're dealing with people who, like, they don't know your triggers. They don't know. They're still learning. They're still figuring it out, right? And so I feel like if that's the case, the people who are dealing with your triggers are people who do want to hold that safe space for you, right? Like that, like those people who are like, no, you know, like, this is a safe place where you can deal with your shit, and you can get your, you know, like, regain your balance, you know, like, realign yourself and go, go and do the things that you're meant to do. Go and like take this opportunity, because whatever this opportunity is for you, collective, I feel like it's an opportunity that's presenting itself because you started making some really big decisions. And you were like, you know what, like, not only do I need to make decisions to separate myself from my triggers, but I need to make decisions to acknowledge them like immediately, so that I'm not cycling through them being upset with people for not knowing what my triggers are. You know what I mean? And I think having people who care enough to take an interest in what your triggers are, so that they can love you correctly and not trigger you, because that's what our friends and our family do for us. You know, like if you have a healthy friendships and healthy family, then, you know, like then those people recognize like that's something that's triggering you, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to step away from that, and we're going to redirect this here, you know, so that you feel safe. And I just kind of feel like as above, so below. I don't know, because I just feel like when you start to really address your life head on, you know, and be true to yourself and honor what it is that like you know is like, I know that this is what I need in order to feel safe. And if I can't communicate that with you, then you are not my person. You know, you are not my group of people. You are not my whatever. You know what I mean? But I found like you found, I feel like you found your tribe, you found your opportunities, you found like, you've like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like something comes out of nowhere for you that you weren't anticipating, and you're just like, oh, fuck, that's exciting. You know? And I love those. Those are wonderful moments in time. They're rejuvenating. They do. They make you feel like you can like come back to life. Especially if it's something concerning, you know, like a job or a work opportunity where you're like, you feel like you have financial freedom again, like you have room to breathe in ways that you just like have not been able to breathe, so you can start taking care of things that you've really wanted to take care of because you just hadn't been able to do it before because things were just going wrong. You know what I mean? Because you were surrounded by, you know, people's places, environments, jobs that triggered you constantly. You have temperance twice. I love that, because as above, so below, balance. And I just feel like you are calling into you what you want, because you are no longer fighting against what you don't want, because the universe doesn't hear I don't want this or I do want this. The universe just hears this is what I am. You know, that's why you have to exist in that energy as though it already is, as though it's already always been that, you know. And I feel like you have started to really get a handle on that and what that means, and yay. And the Lovers, I mean, when it rains it pours, you know. You get, I feel like there's just like financial success, love relationship, you know, like solid friendships, like solid community. I just feel like you're just like, and done. You get the Eternal Child for your final card here, and I love that, because the Eternal Child, I mean, while it does have like an air of trepidation to it, you know, that trepidation is really just in that, like, you really want to try it, you really want to do this, you really want, and I feel like you're really excited for what's happening in your life right now, and I love that. If this does resonate with you, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending some time with me today, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.